We're joined now by one of the Democrats who broke ranks, that is Senator Shaheen of New Hampshire. Senator, thank you very much for being here.
Nice to be with you.
This is a big morning here because no one wants the shutdown to continue, and we might be on our way out of it. At the same time, from the perspective of your party, the goals here were to show your voters you could stand up to President Trump and to guarantee that extension in health care subsidies. I look at this and I see you didn't achieve either, so people wonder, what was it all for?
Well, we did. We stood up to President Trump for 40 days, and let's remember why we're in this position. It's because President Trump and Republicans in the Senate and House refused to fund health care to keep costs affordable for millions of Americans. Now, we're going to be able to continue fighting on that issue because of the agreement that we struck with the Senate majority. But we're also going to end the suffering of millions of Americans, people who are not able to get their food assistance, federal employees who have been out of work without paychecks. Some have had to work with paychecks. They're going to be brought back. They're going to get their back pay. Contractors are going to get their back pay. Air traffic controllers are going to get paid. And we're going to live to fight another day. And that's what we need to keep people focused on.
Well,
it's not the Democrats who broke ranks who are the issue here. It's President Trump and the Republicans who have kept us from dealing with the costs of health care.
Well, Senator, those issues that you described when it comes to the shutdown, we've covered them. They are real. There's a lot of pain in the country right now, and people want out of this shutdown. But it was that fight for health care subsidies that led Democrats to drive the country into a shutdown. You had the leverage. Now you're out of the shutdown, or on a path anyway. And other Democrats are using words like this is pathetic. This is not keeping your word. They are very angry. I'm talking about other elected Democrats. What's your response to them?
Well, again, I think the focus should stay on the people who are responsible for where we are. And as I said in my statement last night, keeping the government shut down for another week or another month doesn't indicate that there would be any change in the outcome. All it would mean is that more Americans would suffer. We need to get this government back open. We need to get people paid. We need to get people air traffic moving again. We need to get people making sure that they can get their food, because unfortunately this is the first shutdown where we saw Donald Trump refuse to provide the benefits to make sure that people could continue to eat. We need to keep the focus on them, not on continuing to fight a battle that we are going to be able to continue because of the vote.
Yeah, we all agree, Senator, that this has got to end. It's heartbreaking to see people, government workers waiting in line crying, saying, I'm a human being, I deserve to eat.
Right.
But what does this mean? What does this say to you that every year it seems like we're having this conversation? If it's not resolved, then the can is kicked down the road. Why is this so difficult, number one? And number two, why can't we come up with a way that Congress, you guys don't get paid until these people get paid? It seems to me if they had that kind of scenario, they would work this stuff out. I keep thinking, suppose we weren't paid here at CBS when we didn't do anything wrong, but the people making the decisions are still getting paid. I wrestle with this. It makes no sense when I see what is happening to the government workers in this country. So the first question, I said, why is this so difficult?
Well, what I hear most from my constituents is, why can't you just work together to address the problems facing this country? I think this bipartisan agreement gives us an opportunity, hopefully, to turn the page on that. But we do need a long-term way to address the fact that we should not be putting workers at risk, the people of this country at risk, when we have policy disagreements. And I think there's real interest in trying to do that. And I hope there's a real commitment. What we've heard from many of our Republican colleagues in the Senate is that they're willing to work on health care. Now we can hold them accountable. We're going to have a vote. We're going to see if they're really willing to work on it. And if they're not, the people of America can hold them accountable.
Senator, echoing Gail, I think a lot of Americans are going to be very happy as we head toward the holidays to see so many other Americans going back to work with this shutdown potentially over. But another American may be out of work. I'm talking about Chuck Schumer. A lot of people in your own party think he should be out of a job. Ro Khanna is one person who's saying that this morning. You worked with him to get to this moment of potential breakthrough. What do you make of the criticism? Do you think his days are numbered as leader?
Well, I think the House members who are critical should stay focused on what they can do in the House to ensure that we have a vote on health care and to make sure that we hold Speaker Johnson and President Trump, who are responsible, accountable for where we are. The fact is,
well, Senator,
what this agreement is going to do is it's going to force Speaker Johnson to bring the House back in. He's been out since the beginning of September. It's going to force him to come back in and to deal with health care and
Senator,
all kinds of other issues.
I apologize for I said Ro Khanna. I could have said Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I mean, I could have named a whole bunch of people. There's people on the Senate side as well.
And as I said, they should stay focused on who's responsible for this problem. It's not Chuck Schumer. It's Speaker Johnson, it's President Trump, it's the Republicans who have refused to have a vote on health care. Now we have this opportunity, and we're going to take it, and the people of America will have a chance to see who's on their side.
Senator Shaheen, thank you very much.
Thank you.